Hi, this is Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be unpacking two envelopes that have arrived from China over the past 2 weeks. This first one, which arrived after about 4 weeks, well, this large package contains 1 pen. The second package, which is a little bit smaller, this one it contains 2 pens, but took 3 months to arrive. So I'm really looking forward to trying out the pens in it. Why not join me down on the mat and we'll unpack these together, see what they contain. I'll quickly fill them with ink and we'll do some writing samples. So welcome down to the mat. We'll start off with the smaller of the 2 envelopes. So here it is. It's a nice small envelope. As I said, I've been waiting about 3 months for this to arrive. So I've already cut the top off. So if we take out what's in there, we've got 1 and then we've got 2 black pouches and also 2 packets, both containing ink cartridges. Now, I don't really intend to use the cartridges, but they're nice to have there as a backup. Let's take these out of the way. So we'll start with the back envelope. Slowly looking at this. So it's got a nice pouch, although I would say the pouch is broken at the bottom already. But never mind. When we pull this out, we've got this gorgeous blue pen. This is a Jinhao 159. I'll just take it out of the condom. And we'll put it down there so we can all start looking at that one. Whilst, again, with the second black pouch, it's not sealed at the bottom again, which is, as I say, a shame. I think that my wife can fix that for me. But it could be because of the size of these pens, because these are both big pens. So if I open this one, again, we've got this silver one this time. It's the same. It's a Jinhao 159. Let's pull that out of its condom. And there's the silver one. I've never had a Jinhao 159 before, so I thought when I was ordering, I'd order 2 because they really are the cheapest chips. Let's just open this one. So it screws off, which is nice to see. We've got quite a large nib there. I would think that's a number 6 size nib, which will be handy because that means I can eventually put in other nibs if I want to. Unscrewing the here, that reveals a Jinhao converter. So just your standard plunger type converter. That goes up and down quite nicely. So this, it's a Jinhao 159. I love this silver colour. It looks really nice to me. Just pop the cap back on. You know, looking at this, it's got this beautiful classic shape. You know, I don't know if you call it a torpedo or a cigar. The clip coming down here, you know, nice gold coloured clip. It seems very stiff to me. That's something I'll have to look at. Looks like it's got that Jinhao logo on there. Coming down, we've got this nice gold band. So on there we've got Jinhao. Then we've got the model number. Coming back round, back to that front again. There's a tiny step down to the body, which seems to be tapering down gently. Comes to another goldy coloured ring. And then tapering off to the other end. Nice looking pen. The section, you know, it's plastic. What I like to always look at is here. There isn't a very big step up, which looks like it's going to be nice for me because I don't like those step ups. Then as I say, we've got that nice 2-tone nib there. Okay, I'm going to put these to one side. Now time to open up the second package. This one, well, it comes in a slightly bigger bag. So, pulling it out, we've got a whole load of bubble wrap. Don't you just love it when they really wrap things really nicely? So it looks like it's well protected. Getting into the bubble wrap. And we've got a metal tin. Just put that to one side. So this metal tin, nothing really on it. It's just a nice silvery type colour. Let's open that up. And reveals this pen here. This is a nice, I really like the look of this pen. I like that colour. It's what, like a burgundy type red. If we take this out of its plastic condom, and let's get rid of the box. So another pen which is really nicely packaged. This is another Jinhao model. This is the Jinhao 997. It looks so nice. I mean, the silver really offsets that red really well. So we've got a flat top with just a little bit of an indentation there. Some ribs coming down to the clip. Well, that one is nice and springy. Look at that. From there, we're coming down to the silver cap band. So again, we've got Jinhao, and there we've got 997. So we then continue down the body with that same beautiful red colouring. Again to a ribbed cap at the end, which has got a flat end on it. Oh, it's a pull off, it's not a twist off. So that is a negative for me because I like pull offs. So here we are. We've just got a silver coloured nib. So it's a single colour. Now this should be a 1.1mm stub. It's the first time I've seen a Jinhao pen with a nib with a 1.1 stub. So I thought, well, I've got to get that one to try. I really am looking forward to experimenting using a different nib because normally I've got extra fine, I've got fine, I've got mediums and I've got some broads. So yeah, a 1.1 stub will be really interesting. Nice lengthy black section here. Again, we've got that little bit of a step up down here at the bottom. If we unscrew this, again, just a Jinhao cartridge converter there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step away from the camera now. I'm going to clean out both these pens. Then we'll come back and we'll ink them up. Okay, so I've given each of the pens a quick rinse through. What we'll do is we'll then ink them up and then we'll do a writing sample. So the first pen I'm going to ink up is the Jinhao 159. Now, to keep things easy, I'm only going to ink up the silver version. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting this ink into it. This is a lovely green ink by Colorverse. It's called Sea of Tranquility. I love the colour of this. I'm a green person anyway, so I like green ink. And this seems to have some nice tones. I've never used it in a pen before, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. So we'll quickly open up. That's it. I've just rinsed it all out. I like to give them a quick rinse out before I start filling for the first time. That plunger then, yeah, that's moving up nice and easily. So let's fetch in the ink. So I'm using a sample bottle. So as I say, this is from Colorverse and it's called Sea of Tranquility. Let's open this up. And then see if we can fill it. Oh, it does go in. I was a bit concerned that the pen might not fit in because it does seem quite wide. So I'm just going to do one fill. There we go. And look at that. That's filled that converter in one go. That's really nice. I'll quickly wipe off the excess. So let's put this ink away. So I've wiped off the excess off the pen. Now let's put it back together again. So that's the Jinhao 159 ready to go. For the 997, I'd picked this ink before I'd actually seen the pen out of the box, but I'm going to stick with it because I've used this ink a number of times before. This is Dieman Twilight Mist. I love the colour of this ink, but it's not as saturated as some of my other ones. And that's why I'm hoping it will work well in this 1.1 stub nib. So let's fetch that pen in and let's fill this one up. So this one, as you see, I do have a bottle of this by Dieman. It's another Australian ink. I like my Australian inks where possible. So let's get into this one. So again, as we know, it's a cartridge converter. It's another one, flows really well up and down. Right, into the ink, and let's fill this one up. So that's another one. Just on that one go, I've got a really nice fill. Just wipe it off. I'll put away the ink. Then let's put this one back together again. So here we go with the body. I love this colour. I'm going to have to explore inks that I can use in this pen because I really like it. To me, it's like I would call it like a Merlot wine red. You know, it's really, really nice. Let's fetch in the notepad so we can do our writing samples. So I'm going to start with the 159. So here we have it. So this is a Jinhao 159. Now I'll have to double check this, but it should be a medium nib. I'm not sure if it actually says on there. The ink, it's by Colorverse. And it's Sea of Tranquility. Lovely colouring. There's shading coming through already that I can see. Let's test for wetness. Well, that's immediate. Look how wet that seems. I'm now going to leave it for 20 seconds. There's still quite a bit of wetness there. Let's leave it for 1 minute. And after a minute, well, there's still quite a bit of wetness there. So certainly a very wet pen and ink combination. And I believe a lot of this could be from that ink because I do think that's a fairly wet ink anyway. I'm now going to move the mic close to the paper for a final writing sample with this pen. So it's a nice writer. I can certainly feel the feedback coming through as I'm writing. Really enjoying using this pen. It seems quite nice. I mean, it looks nice. On my first testing, yes, there looks like there is a fair bit of shading coming through. I'll be able to get a better feel for that as I go on. But yeah, not a bad pen at all. Let's try out the other pen. Reposition the paper. So the second pen is also a Jinhao. It's the 997 and this has got the 1.1 stub nib on it. I'm already seeing this line variation, you know, where I've got the more thicker letters, thicker when I'm coming down and narrower where I'm going across. The ink by Dieman. Just look at the ink flowing out. And it's called Twilight Mist. Wow, I'm loving this already. Look how thick these lines are coming out. It looks really nice. Wetness. That's not as wet as I was expecting. Let's try leaving it for 20 seconds. Well, I've got to be honest, that looks nearly dry to me, but we'll still go ahead and we'll do a test for 1 minute. After a minute, well, it's dry. So let's do our final writing sample. I'll reposition the mic. Absolutely love this pen. I love the way it writes. Yes, there's a nice amount of feedback, but it's really smooth. I also like the fact that it dries so quickly. But again, I'm not sure if that's because of the pen. Could be because of the ink. So if we look at these, if I can get them all in the camera. So looking at this, we've got this beautiful green ink at the top, this nice wet one coming out in this medium nib. Then we've got this purple, this Twilight Mist, really coming out in this wider nib. I think this is the right size nib for this pen. Let's just have a quick look over. So there's nothing coming through, not even from that 1.1, which is really nice to see. This paper, it's an Oxford notepad and it uses their optic white paper. So it's a reasonably nice fountain pen friendly paper. Anyway, let's get everything cleared out and have a final look at the pens. So here we have it. We've got the two Jinhao 159s. Now these each cost me approximately $7 so really nice and affordable pens. We've also got the Jinhao 997. This one cost me $6 so again a really affordable pen. And they look nice. I mean, look at the colours. We've got the blue, we've got the silver, and we've got this reddy colour. Really nice looking pens. I wrote with two of them. I didn't see the point in writing with both the 159s because they're the same pen, but they both wrote really well. We've got the lovely wetness coming from this with that green ink, and then we've got the beautiful purple, and it just flows so nice and dries so quickly. Some really nice pens. I'm looking forward to playing around with these more and to getting to know them. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have you got either of these pens? If you do, why not drop a comment down below? What inks do you use in them? I'd be really interested in kickstarting the conversation. If you liked today's video, please hit that thumbs up button, give me a like. The more people that like and comment on my videos, the more it helps the YouTube algorithm to fetch my content up for other people. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.